Hi there, I'm back, and today I'm going to be doing a review on a new waffle iron. Yes, again, another waffle iron. um, and what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to cover the features and everything I can think of on this waffle iron, and also a comparison with the Oster one that I bought last week, and why I replaced it with this one. So there's a little bit more information to cover. And then later this week, I'm going to actually do a short video showing this waffle maker in action because it makes awesome waffles. They're big, fluffy, and just so light and airy on the inside, and the outside's nice and crisp, and they're very deep. They're a good inch thick. And if you put a lot of batter in there, it'll puff up even higher. So getting on with this today, this is the Presto Flipside Belgian waffle maker. I got the box here, but I have a feeling I'm too close. So I will scan this slowly. I don't want to make you dizzy. Okay, so it's Presto Flipside Belgian waffle maker. It is model number 03510. I bought mine from Amazon.com. It has a 1-year limited warranty. And the reason I bought this, if you subscribe to my channel or you watch some or most of my videos, you may have be aware of the most recent video I put up, which was on the Oster Belgian waffle maker, and it was just a basic one. It wasn't the kind that flipped the whole thing over or anything like that. If you scroll down, or I should say, if you watched the video and didn't scroll down to the comment section, there's one comment there that I left. And the day after I posted that video review, that morning I plugged it in again to kind of test it, because while I was doing that video, I noticed the adjustment dial that's on here or on that unit, that you could adjust how light or dark you want your waffles to brown. And that's also, I'm guessing, has something to do with adjusting the temperature, because obviously you turn it up, it's going to get darker brown. But that dial got extremely hot to the point where I couldn't touch it anymore. And now this is a control that, I mean, obviously you're not going to touch the metal, but this is a control unit. This is something on the unit itself that you're supposed to be able to touch and use. I mean, what if you're making waffles for an entire family and somebody wants a real light waffle, somebody wants a dark waffle? You're going to be turning that up and down as you go. And the handle got quite hot too. I could still handle it, but I was very conscious of how hot it was. I was literally picking it up with 2 fingers and letting go as quickly as I could. I mean, it got that uncomfortable. The dial, forget it. It got so hot I couldn't touch it. I even went to Amazon. Even though it's not where I bought it, I went to Amazon, went to the product page for that particular model, and posted a question, because there were at least several hundred reviews of it, and 2 or 3 dozen questions and answers on a thread on that page. So I posted my own question and told them what my problem was and asked if this was normal. Is this how this machine behaves normally? And I got at least 4 or 5 responses. All of them said, no, that's not normal. I have this waffle maker. It's never done that. Something's wrong with yours. You should return it. Well, while I was waiting for, like, say, answer number 2, 3, and so on, I had already pretty much decided in my mind, I don't like that this is so uncomfortable to use. I want something else. And it could be a fire hazard. Who knows? So I returned that one. I bought it at my local Walmart, so taking it back was pretty painless. They're really, really good about returns. And I told her what was wrong with it so that it wouldn't end up back on the shelf, and she seemed quite alarmed. She put a note on there that should not be returned to stock. So anyway, so then I went online and I bought this one, and it's been around for a while, apparently. Meaning like more than 7 years, possibly 8 or 9 years. It has tons of reviews on every site where it's sold. But because it's been around that long, you can't find it in any local brick and mortar stores anymore. You have to order it online. So with that being said, I did want to quick mention this and get it out of the way. Some people on Amazon particular, because there's so many reviews, and it wasn't necessarily waffle makers. It might have been blenders or something like that. But there's a small but growing number of people complaining that when something happened to their appliance, which was pretty new and clearly still under the warranty period, when they contacted the manufacturer of that item that they had to file a claim, when they asked the customer where they bought it from, and it turned out to be a third party through Amazon, or maybe it was brand new, but from a seller on eBay, the company just said, no, I'm sorry, we're not honoring any warranties because from places like that, because they have no idea where they got their stock from. It may or may not be a legitimate storefront. Somebody might be selling them out of the garage. I mean, who knows? But if the warranty, having a warranty in place is important to you, do a little research first before you buy it. And if you're going to buy it from Amazon, make sure it's sold by Amazon, not just fulfilled, if you follow me. So the seller has to also be Amazon. And how I found this out is I went to the Presto website and couldn't find a list of stores where it's sold. The only one that was there said Amazon. And it actually had a link you could click directly to the product page. So I called them. I picked up my phone and called them to ask them to clarify this. And she said, it has to be sold by Amazon, not just fulfilled by their warehouse, but it was provided by another seller. It has to actually be all Amazon. And if you find it in another store, I would call them just to make sure. Now, of course, this is if the warranty is important to you. So something to keep in mind just in case, because you don't want to buy something goes wrong and now you're stuck. So let's get into the rest of the features here. This does not have any kind of temperature or dial control for brownness or anything like that. It relies solely on a timer. It has a really nice timer, actually. It works very well. It is not hardwired into the unit. It works independently. It actually runs on a lithium battery. It's the kind that's just a round, flat silver battery. It looks like a nickel or a quarter. What you do is you just press and hold. You'll see a 00 there. I hope you can see that. I'll zoom in a little bit. You'll see a 00, and then you just hold it down, press once for each minute that you want this set for. Waffles in here will generally take anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes, maybe 6 minutes if you have a really thick, heavy, wet batter, or you like them really, really brown. This doesn't brown real quickly, so you don't have to worry about it burning and then it's still dough on the inside. It's pretty thorough on cooking the inside of the waffles, which is nice. So you'll see it flashing. It's counting down. When this gets down to just 1 minute left, you'll hear 2 beeps. And then when your waffle is finished and this times out to 0, you will get a series of 5 beeps. So we'll just let that run, and then you'll hear it as we go. This is what the inside looks like. I'm just going to tilt that up here so you can see the grates. They're very deep. Waffles that are baked in here come out at least an inch thick. They're big, fluffy waffles, but super crisp on the outside. There it goes. It's telling you there's 1 minute left. Okay, and the cool thing is you can fill this on either side. You can have it open this way, fill it, close it, and then what you're going to do is flip it to the other side to distribute the batter to both sides, and then you leave it sit on that opposite side till it's done. If you happen to have it open this way, you can fill that side, do the same thing, close it, and flip it the other way. And okay, there it goes. I thought I screwed up the timer, but it looks okay. The other nice thing about this one is how it's stored. When I opened it, I thought, my God, this is huge. But you can store it vertically by just putting it up all the way, and then there's this little, I don't know if you can see a little red kickstand here. It's plastic. You just flip that up, and it holds it in place, and you can store it vertically on the shelf. I have it on my little bookshelf in the corner where I have baskets of things like hot pads and trivets and things like that. So it fits perfectly on my shelf. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so when you first get this, you're just going to wipe it down with a damp cloth or sponge and then wipe again to remove any soap residue if you use any soap. You do want to season this first. Of According to instructions, you do want to put a little bit of cooking oil or cooking spray on it first. My first waffle in here did stick, even though I put a little bit of oil. I used a paper towel with a little oil on it, and I don't think I got enough on there because I applied it when it was hot, and it just sort of evaporated. But the cool thing is, I just took a pair of tongs, I let it open up, and it did tear open. I've never had a waffle do that, but it was kind of funny. And I'm glad it happened because now I know what to do. These grates are very deep. They are nonstick, but they're very deep, so it might feel stuck. I let that cool a little bit, that stuck waffle, and I just took my tongs and started to pull, and it just peeled right out. I mean, like a big piece of melted cheese. I mean, it was actually kind of cool the way it just all came out, and then it was clean again. And so when you're done, you're going to let it cool, of course, and then I take my vegetable brush like this. This has like natural bristles, but you want something relatively soft because you don't want to scratch the finish. And I will actually brush it out, and go through every little crevice and every little section. And that kind of gets any oil, spray oil or oil from your batter or whatever, or the ingredients if you have cheese in there, kind of gets it distributed out of the, likes to pool in the corners, and you kind of get it all out of those spots. And then you can take a paper towel with your finger and get it out of there. And these crevices are so wide, there is absolutely no issue with getting your fingers in there to clean it. The outside is stainless steel, so it just needs a quick wipe down with a sponge or a damp cloth, which is nice. If you do use spray oil, I have noticed that a little bit will seep out and onto this hinge area. And you might want to check both sides because when you flip it, and I just clean that off after the fact. It's not much. It's literally a drizzle, a trickle. It's not much. So what I do now is I just put this whole thing sitting on a folded paper towel, and then that takes care of that. So the grates will hold 1 full cup, 1 measure cup of batter. Okay. Let's see if I missed anything. Oh, the other thing with the comparing this to Oster one last time, if you recall in that video, I complained vehemently about the short cord. It's only 2 feet long. This one is a full 3 feet long. So you get a lot of cord that makes it so much easier to use. It's a really, really nice waffle maker. This is one of those things, I'm a huge bargain hunter, but this is one of those times where spending a few extra bucks, I got a much better device. Everything stays cool. The things that you're supposed to be able to touch. These both sides have a little rubber foot here, so it protects your countertop when you're flipping and it's sitting on your counter while it's operating and it's hot. So again, it has a 1-year limited warranty. It is a really, really nice waffle maker, like I said, and I have been experimenting with it, and it takes anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes, again, depending on your batter. The last batter I did this morning had yeast in it, and I found that it took a little longer. It took a full 5 minutes for it to get a little bit browner, but it was so crispy on the outside and so soft and fluffy on the inside. It was wonderful waffles. So I hope this is helpful to you if you're in the market for a new waffle maker, Belgian in particular. Again, this is the Presto Flipside waffle maker, model number 03510. I bought mine at Amazon.com, and they have many, hundreds and hundreds of reviews on this. So if you want to go there and read about it before purchasing, I highly recommend that. Thanks again for watching. If you like my videos, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you later this week when we actually make some waffles in here. Bye for now.